all of the family history, but one thing I do know is this recipe is gonna be, me and my mom put the bananas in last, like fucking freezing is between eating healthy, which we're getting to. And it honestly hurts my fucking soul when people do that, because so once the pan is cooled to the touch, hi guys, it's Leann here, and today on Tasty Talks with Leann, we are going to be making banana bread and banana muffins, but we have a special guest with the banana bread and banana muffins. Let me get her chocolate chips, because why not? Why not? They're dark chocolate, so they're Leann friendly. This is actually a Leann friendly recipe. Just like the sweet potatoes, there's laundry going. I don't have the dishwasher going, but I have Chris going ape actual shit in litter box. And I also have another special guest. This book has been in this household for literally years, like decades. This is my grandma's book. And one thing about me is I may not know much about all of the family history, but one thing I do know is this recipe is gonna be good. So with that being said, like I said, we're doing 2 different batches. We just have 6 different bananas. This recipe calls for 1 banana, but me and my mom like really banana-y chunks. So we have 2 bowls, mine and then my mom's. We have date sugar, almond flour, lemon, the special guest, vegan butter. Hopefully this is enough. I also have regular butter, baking soda. It calls for baking powder, but I thought we had baking powder and I don't know where she went. Salt. This also calls for nutmeg, but we know nut meats. I'm gonna not have that in this recipe. We're just gonna start. You guys are gonna be on the floor, if you guys will. You guys can't be that propped up. Let me go get that candle. This candle's like my best friend when it comes to filming in the kitchen. It's this candle. We're gonna start with 1/2 cup of butter. Alexa, how many tablespoons is in 1/2 cup? I'm loosely counting because these are huge chunks of butter. And we're also going to be chatting and focusing on workouts, motivation, where to start, putting in the work. I will just start with the background story here because I have a lot of new friends since I've started. We need 1 cup of sugar. Oh, I've never actually opened the date sugar. That is so iconic. So we will see if this sugar is any freaking good. I have been on my health and fitness journey for, I want to say, I don't even know how many years, so I'm just gonna guesstimate. That's only 1/2 cup. Okay, it smells really fucking good. I am just gonna guesstimate about 6 or 7 years, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you, because I really truly don't know. Man, that smells so delicious. 2 eggs. And one thing about me is I don't always have the damn motivation. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. Like, I just don't always have motivation, and for the longest time, I thought motivation was a crucial part in working out. And when I tell you, me and my mom put the bananas in last. We're gonna focus on everything else first. 2 cups of flour. Hopefully I have enough flour in here. We're also gonna start with 1.5 because with almond flour, it's a little bit more dense. Alexa, did you say 1/2 tablespoon or 1/2 teaspoon of baking and banana bread? If you don't have baking, or goodbye. It's 1/2 tablespoon or 1/2 teaspoon. Alexa, what the fuck is wrong with my memory? Is it, you said 1/2 tablespoon or 1/2 teaspoon?
1/2 teaspoon of baking soda.
Alexa, goodbye. 1/2 teaspoon. teaspoon. Half a teaspoon. So going back to our conversation, because I can never remember, I get distracted so easily. Hold on, hair has to go in a clip. Hair is not loving the bun. As I said, I thought for years that you had to have the motivation to... I should have mixed the butter in first. My fault. Okay. As I learn and as I'm growing, and when I started my like studying journey to become a nutrition coach and a CES and a personal trainer, I vowed to myself that I would never become one of those standard influencers that would try to sell you into things and tell you wrong information, because I'm human and I make mistakes. But one thing I will never do is be stooping to that type of low, if that makes sense. Like, I'm never gonna stoop to such a low that I have to try to sell my viewers into doing things. And one thing I feel like a lot of content creators, and especially like fitness content creators, do is try to sell you into the motivation aspect, and how there's like a such thing as motivation. There is no such thing as motivation. Coming from someone who has worked out in various different styles, you know, trying loads of different things for years, I can tell you one thing for sure, that there is no such thing as motivation. And although that does suck that there's no such thing as motivation, it's more towards discipline. And this is just like a spritz of this. It's really a teaspoon, so literally just a dab, if you will. That battery went really fast. Okay, we're back. Okay, here's the fun part, is getting those bananas in here. I did take these out so that they thawed from the freezer. Man, my hands always get cold during this process, like fucking freezing. For salt, it says half a teaspoon. We're just gonna do 1, 2, 3. Hey Alexa, is banana bread mix supposed to be liquidy or a bit thick?
Banana bread batter should be thick, but it's still kind of like a thick pancake batter.
We're adding a little bit. There we go. Okay, perfect consistency here. The one thing about making this is I can never tell my parents what's in it until, well, I won't ever tell my dad what's in it because he won't eat it if he knows. But I will never tell my mom what's in it until after she tries it. So this is like a pancake, thick pancake batter-ish. We're gonna move on to the next. We're gonna use the same spoon because why not? But I'm going to preheat the oven in the meantime to 370. Don't yell at me. We're bringing the other bowl in. I'm gonna have to bring in some of the other butter, but that's okay. I'm just gonna quickly get this one done really quickly. So I'm just gonna focus on this and then we can get to talking. I'm gonna add a little bit of cinnamon. Oops. I need my water, my sippy. You know I mean business when I stop talking and I grab my water. I think I taste tested a little bit of the batch. I know you're not supposed to. I think it tastes good. And when I think it tastes good, that means something because I like unhealthy shit. Because I used to not be gluten and dairy free. Going back into the talk, now that I have everything kind of like situated. Basically, moral of the story is content creators downplay what working out really is like, and it kind of pisses me off because as someone who has tried the Chloe Ting's workouts, have tried yoga at home, Pilates at home, going to the gym, trying to do things at home. Like, I have literally tried every single thing, and when I tell you, I feel like nothing fucking worked. Nothing fucking worked. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's just the reality and the hindsight. I really wanted one. That's just the hindsight of being in your fitness and wellness era, because you can't do one without the other. You can't be in your fitness era if you're not in your wellness era, and you can't be in your wellness era if you're not in your fitness era. Now we have to taste test a little. Does it have cinnamon flavor? Perfect. Now I just gotta make sure the bottoms are mixed all the way. They are. Now we're going to take a little mini break. I'm gonna grab some water. I'm gonna refresh my station, and I'll be back with, as you guys can tell, you guys have moved a bit. We're making this easier on ourselves, and we're using Pam spray. We don't know how many muffins we're making, so this is just a trial, if you will. People turn to the internet for workout advice. They tend to forget that a lot of these influencers who are gym influencers, and no hate, no literally, that's their full-time job most likely. They go and work out every single day to make content. That's how they end up staying fit. That's the problem that we as society forget, is that these influencers do it as their job. So they're gonna naturally be more fit. Luckily, we are only gonna need one muffin tin. Thank God, I don't feel like baking all day. We love her, we're gonna leave her. And we're gonna put the muffins in there, and we're gonna start with a 30-minute timer. Alexa, put on a 30-minute timer called muffins. Okay, so now that the muffins have been put into the hot pot, if you will, the stove, into the microwave oven. They've been put into the damn oven. We're gonna work on our muffin, or we're gonna work on our bread. I'm gonna be so honest with you when I say this. My mom has never made, since at least I started making it with her, the bread, because she said it always turned out hard as a rock. So we're gonna try it just for shits and giggles. I am going to be watching the time though. Hopefully it all fits in here in one, because I would rather, again, not have to bake twice. But let's find out. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's gonna fit. I already feel it. Ah. Okay. I'm gonna put this on for 30 minutes as well. Alexa, put a bread timer on for 30 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna take a miniature break. I'm gonna clean up my space really quick, reset it for the next task at hand, and then I will chat with you guys on the rest. Okay, now that I have the kitchen reset for the next batch I film, which this will be on the video that I'm filming today, the vlog. It's going to be a separate vlog than the regular weekly vlogs that go up on Sunday. I am trying to get my shit together. We have that video. That is that video that I'm talking, coming from experience. And if you guys haven't been here for a while, I am being honest when I say that I've always kind of been bigger. After my surgeries, I was super skinny from not eating, and just, I was at a skinny, unhealthy skinny. My slippers have to come off, so I'll shrink, I promise. These are the slippers that I'm talking about. They're platformish. Honestly, I'm learning my life after those surgeries. I'm not blaming the surgeries as an excuse. I've been the type of person who honestly just ate unhealthy and I didn't have a healthy relationship with food, as in like I could choose healthier options but still still eat the craving that I'm wanting. For instance, this is a healthier version for me personally. Gluten and dairy free. I believe it's PCOS friendly too. It's gonna carve my craving for the banana bread that I've been wanting. I'm getting better at that, but where do you start? Now, everybody is different, so this is kind of what I have gained from, and I'm the type of person who, I'll be disciplined, but I have to get the regimen started. Like, I have to be in a routine in order to be disciplined, and I've kind of just been trying to find a routine that works for me, especially with working out and everything. I got my eyebrows waxed, so I can't really go to the gym and sweat because I have really sensitive skin. So tonight rather, instead of going to the gym, I am going to do a yoga-ish workout. Not too intense where I sweat, but just enough. From what I've learned, just stick with an activity, like stick with activities you love. For instance, if you're a Pilates girl, stick with Pilates, yoga, and then add like a few days of strength training in there and you're good. Like, I'm only personally adding 2, but you can add up to like 3 days of strength training and still get a really good workout and a good regimen schedule without having to make it such a daunting task. One thing that's helped me personally is using a time slot that works best for me, my body, my mental health, my energy. In the mornings when I was going to the gym, if it wasn't a day off, or if it wasn't any type of day off, I wouldn't do my very best in the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning. I would do it just to get it done, and it wasn't feeling my workout, if that makes any sense. And so I started doing workouts in the afternoon, and I would get the most out of my workouts. And so I'm sticking to yoga, personally for me, yoga, Pilates, and a few days of strength training in there in the afternoons. Like I said, don't make it a daunting task. Don't associate it with negative thoughts. Stick with the regimen, honestly. If you are the type of person who, if you're a busy mom, I wouldn't expect you to go to the gym 5 days to 7 days a week. I wouldn't expect you to be able to work out for 45 minutes. I wouldn't expect you to do a really, really hardcore workout. I would honestly see a mom using her time wisely. If she is a mom, I would assume that she would, and I'm just using mom term lightly, this is just the first example that popped into my head. I would see a mom definitely using 20 to 30 minutes a day in the afternoon to evenings after her kids went to bed, putting on her favorite TV show and doing that regimen she made, or if she didn't make that regimen, following that workout Zumba in her garage at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Nothing too serious. You don't have to do this huge thought out heavy lifting style workout to get your workout in. It's honestly astronomical that people are telling you to lift 100 pounds, because that's just not for everybody. I've never personally done weight training except for like 20 pounds, and honestly, like, you don't have to so heavy and hard at the gym, and I wanted to make that pretty clear, because coming from someone who has tried literally everything, the thing that worked for me personally is between eating healthy, which we're getting to, and eating clean, healthy for my body. And when I say for my body, I mean foods that are good for me. So I really don't eat red meat. I'm like 1000% sure I have PCOS. Haven't gotten treated or tested for PCOS. I try to stay away from sugar when I can. That could be a whole topic on its own, like food. And my personal experience smells really fucking good, let me tell you. And I feel like this is something that a lot of people, especially women, go through, is looking at the mirror every single day and not seeing any progress. Let me tell you, the moment that I stopped looking in the mirror every single day at my body is the moment that I started physically feeling the results. And I feel like seeing the results only comes when you are physically feeling the results. So for instance, it's been about a month and a half maybe, and I'm actually, after this video, going to work on meal prepping for since I started eating like dips for lunch, like salsa style or cowboy caviar style dips with like protein, whole foods, vegetables, all of the like fancy schnaz, I have seen so much results after I felt it within 2 weeks. I felt the physical effects within 2 weeks. I've seen the results after 4 weeks, and that's just like, again, to be clear, time is not money. Time is not going to get anywhere when you're in your healthy era of life, because your body is going to look so much differently from the next person's body. So it does not matter about how much time you're doing. The thing that pisses me off is like losing 10 pounds in 4 weeks. If you're losing 10 pounds in 4 weeks, I'm gonna look at you like you're crazy. I'm gonna be honest. I have never in my life lost 10 pounds in 4 weeks, let alone anything else that I've seen on the damn magazines. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm doing this 100%. When I say 100%, I mean I am putting so much work into the fact that I am doing it naturally. I am doing it the hard way. People fight and lose the battle of doing it naturally. I will not touch GLP-1s. I will not be touching Ozempic. Like, I can't fathom that. A, because of all the horror stories, and B, because of the fact that at the end of the day, I'm not going to destroy what I've put so hard work into my body. And I feel as though when you're starting your health and fitness journey, you're wanting to become better, and there are just things in your life that you're not doing good in. I'm not saying that you're a terrible person. What I'm saying is there's things that could definitely change about your lifestyle currently that you are working on fixing. So for instance, when I started my fitness journey a long time ago, I did not eat healthy whatsoever. I would not eat protein very much. I would not choose the right portion size. I had no control. I munched a lot. I ate a lot of junk food, and I never had the healthier alternatives in my mind. And so my mindset was so fucking terrible. I never thought once, oh yeah, I'm gonna make sweet potato brownies. Never in my life have I ever thought that I would be making sweet potato brownies or a healthier version of banana bread muffins or banana bread in my life. But here I am talking to you guys about it, and honestly kind of hurts me when people use man-made substances. For example, no hate, no shade to this lady at all. I don't even know her name. I used to follow her, but in the recent events, I've just started to unfollow people that I don't associate with or wouldn't want to associate with in person. and I believe she was one of them. I just personally, maybe I could find her. I think her name is Jennifer, something like that. She's the bell pepper person, the bell pepper lady, the one who started the bell pepper sandwiches. She, from my understanding, she was secretly using Ozempic or some form of Ozempic, and a lot of people like so utterly pissed about that. And in my opinion, that is exactly what I'm talking about. It's just the fact of what she did. It's not who she is as a person, because honestly, I don't know her as a person. But what I can tell you is people looked up to her because she was making healthier choices. She was spewing so much love and support on the internet for healthier choices. And then all of a sudden, a video got leaked of her, I'm assuming, talking about Ozempic or whatever the situation may have been. It just, again, I'm so uneducated, but I know just a tad bit. I know something about the fact of like something came out, or she told the honest truth about how she was taking Ozempic or something in that form. And it honestly hurts my fucking soul when people do that, because coming from experience, me looking up to people like her making the healthier choices, I cannot tell you how, like, it not only makes people lose trust in you as a content creator, but it doesn't make them want to follow your recipes or trust much of what you're saying, because you already put yourself in a lie. It's not easy to perceive yourself back to the original state you were in before that lie came out, or before that situation had happened. It's hard to come back from that, and a lot of people don't understand that. But I am just chatting way too much about that. Moral of the story is you're not going to see results right away, and it takes time. It takes fucking time to see results. Again, we're already in the topic of healthier eating. Healthy eating is such a broad term. Healthy eating, it depends on what your body is telling you. So for instance, if you're gluten-free, or if you have celiac, or if you're lactose intolerant, start following as much as you possibly can. If you're going on an outing and with all of your friends can eat regular human, like regular food, that would be the time to splurge a little. Don't go too crazy with it, but just follow it a little bit. Come here. Dale's right there. My biggest weakness and my guilt factor, if you will, is the fact that I've brainwashed my mind into thinking that I have to be gluten and dairy free and PCOS friendly every single day, no matter what. And I've brainwashed myself so much, and I want to make it clear to you guys that you don't have to be all of those things. Like, all of your restrictions don't have to be on an everyday basis, because at the end of the day, you're gonna have a time where you're on a cruise or on a vacation, or got the opportunity to go to your best friend's wedding and they have food that you can't eat. It's not that you can't eat it, it's just going to give you some sort of feeling, and I'm talking about sensitivities only, not allergies. But I guess the whole point in that is,
Your muffins timer is done.
Alexa, turn off. I'm gonna check the muffins. Hold on, hold please. Okay, so the muffins are done. Banana bread is not. These are my favorite. These are like hot pot holders. My favorite of all time. Alexa, how much time do I have on my banana bread? Alexa, can you add 5 minutes to that timer, please? Okay, I think I'm gonna have to add another 5 minutes. Another taboo topic is the topic of numbers. Personally, for me, from my personal experience and my experience alone, I do not own a weight tracker in my household. A, because I never used it, and B, I found that there was a very unhealthy relationship when it came to how I felt when I wasn't at a lower number than the time before. And I just want to let you guys know that that is not, having that number game in your head is not easy. And if you're anything like me, I just stopped doing it because I knew it was unhealthy. I hated every number, and honestly, I knew that I was never going to be satisfied no matter what my weight was. So I just honestly don't care what my weight is, and that's gonna sound crazy for people, but when I go to the doctor's office, hold on. When I go to the doctor's office, I don't really pay much of mind or attention. I don't think it will. I never, sorry, I can't fucking focus. Hold on. We have our first taste test here. Let me do thumbnails first before I break it. Okay, now that I have thumbnails done, let's do the break test. She's definitely very moist. Hint of that cinnamon. Tastes just like banana muffins in my opinion. Really moist. And overall, not too rich with the dark chocolates, just enough. 10 out of 10, we'll be doing this again. I just took the banana bread out of the oven, so I'm gonna let it cool off for a while. Need to turn off the oven, and I will see you guys when I can slice out some banana bread. Oh my gosh, I didn't get the full thing. So moist in there. I honestly could have cooked it a little bit longer, but you guys know me. If you guys know me, if you guys don't and you're new, I like doughy things, like doughy, a little soft, gooey, oozy. We all know that. So let's try her. It is still a little bit hot, and the pan is still a little hot. So once the pan is cooled to the touch, it will definitely be a lot more solid. I'm not too solid, obviously, so squishy. You guys were here for, I think it was a podcast. I'll show you guys here. This video, you guys would know that outcome. I can't remember the outcome, but this is actually pretty good. I don't believe that I'm gonna be eating lunch, but this is really good. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, give it a big thumbs up. And like always, if you tried this recipe or are curious about anything that I talked about, let me know in the comments. And you guys have a good day. Toots, my loves.